All right, welcome back to House of Prep. It's Thursday, guys. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's almost the weekend. Now, you know what to do on Thursdays. You jump in the comments and you give an update of your area. Maybe you had some prepping successes this week, but talk about your stores. How are the shelves looking? What are those gas prices like? Just anything that you've noticed out of the ordinary. This is a great family and a great place, a good base where we can come in and join in, jump in the comments, and then come in later and then check and read everybody else's comments. And you can kind of see. Throw what state you're in as you're throwing comments and stuff in there if you feel comfortable doing that. So in my area, I'm going to talk about some stuff here. I want to do it in front of my pantry this week. It's been a while. Hadn't done it in front of the pantry. And we're going to talk about some pantry talk here in a minute. But my local store is still dealing. Gatorade's still a struggle. Soups, canned goods in general. Lots of holes, lots of issues. Milk has still been that hit or miss. Breads, same thing. Some days you walk in and it's all gone. Some days there's a decent amount of supply. So we can sit here and talk about prices and meat prices, just all kinds of obstacles. We know this. We know that our chain, our supply chain, all the different avenues that add up to all the stopping points and all from the time it's manufactured to the time it's placed on the shelf and you place it in your cart. So many things can happen. So many things have been happening. Keep an eye on potential wars and things that could just kick us into a whole different level. So let's talk about some pantry, guys. It's fun. I like talking about pantry talk. We touch on the negative, okay? We like to stay updated. We like to share information, but we like to be positive too, okay? There's enough negativity going on. Like, just flip on the news if you want some negativity, and you will get your fill of it, okay? So let's talk about some fun stuff. First of all, spice racks. Look, big addition to your pantry. If you have a small pantry and you don't have a lot of cabinet space and things through the kitchen, and you're looking to free up some space, just getting a good spice rack, something you can put plenty of spices and backups and things. I always get people asking me, Jerry, where did you get your spice rack? So I'm going to make sure I put a link in the comments. It's through one of my Amazon links. So if you do your normal shopping through my Amazon, that's a huge help. I appreciate those of you that do. But there's some anchors in here. I'll try to remember to put the easy anchors. And then the shelving, it works really well. It's lightweight. It doesn't bog down the door. It doesn't bounce. Sometimes these things bounce around. So it's been good. This is the same one I've been using now for over a year. If you've watched some of my earlier videos a year ago, this is the same one. And it's lasting like a champ. Another addition, some of you have seen this, some of you haven't. I've got a lot of new subscribers. Adding a light into your pantry. What a bonus. It's a small thing. There is a plug outlet down here. Some of these you can get LEDs, battery operated, rechargeables, whatever. What a great addition when, as we're getting older, sometimes we're trying to read that fine print, and we'll talk about that too. But having maybe an extra light. Wow, looks like the refrigerator, right? So it just lights up everything. It makes it real easy to see, to clean. You can see, hey, it's dirty in here, whatever. And so that's a good addition. If you need to add some extra shelves, do whatever you need to do. Wood, wire racks. I know a lot of people hate these. I did them just because it was easy. But I have the wood racks and things. Whatever you got to do just to make it organized. Okay, now look, a working pantry. Now we have a different location in our home, and a lot of you do as well. A secondary pantry, and some of you may still be new to this and unfamiliar, and let's just kind of touch base and we'll brush through some of it. Having an extra backup pantry really keeps you from just jamming this up. Nobody likes to come in, open this door up, and stuff falling all over you, and you can't find anything you need, and stuff gets shoved to the back. Sometimes it's more perishable, and then it ends up going bad, and you got to throw it away. Now you're wasting money. So have a good, organized, easy working pantry, and somewhere else in your house, have more of your backups put up. And then when you bring in groceries, you take them to those backups and you rotate stuff forward into your kitchen. So that's just a tip for free, okay? So as we're talking about bringing groceries in and rotating your pantries, look, get yourself a marker. A lot of us here at House of Prep do this. We talk about it once. Like I said, it's been over a month, I think, since we've done the pantry video. So I'm kind of been pumped up about it, if you can tell. Look, just simple things. Now, I know this stuff's backwards. I have got the camera turned, my phone turned, so I can make sure that make sure everything's in the screen. But you put dates. I like to put a date on the front and then also on the top. Okay? This one's 8/23. It's backwards. But get you, as things are coming in, look, if you've got kids or you have a spouse, maybe somebody else can be in charge of that. They're in charge of putting the expiration, whatever the expiration date is, and just putting at least a month in the year, and it helps you with your rotation. Especially if you want to pull everything out to clean this real good and get reorganized. Because let's be honest, a lot of times our pantries are a floating stock. Sometimes you're in the mood for different foods. Sometimes you no longer really eat certain foods, and it's always morphing. You have multiple family members, it morphs even more. Different people want to try different things, and before you know it, it's all different, a hodgepodge, things are pushed around. So about once a month or so, it doesn't hurt to kind of pull some of it out so you can kind of see what you have, reorganize it, and then put everything back. And it's nice having those dates right on the front or right on the top so you can see very easily what you're doing and staying organized. Look, it just makes sense. It makes it so much easier when you're cooking, when you've been working all day long. You know, everybody's been working, everyone gets home, and school, whatever else you got going on in your life, and you get home, you don't want to have to fight through the pantry, okay? You want to make it simple. Look, you can do the same thing with the refrigerator. Yeah, you can. Whether it's freezer bags, mark the date, you know, things inside, maybe you just hate looking for those dates. Write it on the front, make it super easy to see. And let's talk about your refrigerator, your freezer, and your pantry as far as beginning to stock. Now look, I understand that there's always going to be new preppers that jump onto our type of channels, prepper channels and such. I hope you like House of Prep. I hope y'all have hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. Hit the little bell to get reminders and all these little helpful videos. Whenever we talk about stuff, you'll get a reminder and you can jump on House of Prep and enjoy it. So if you're newer to the prepper world and you're trying to figure out, well, you know, it's so overwhelming. You know, I look at all these videos and I look at everyone talking about everything they have, you know, and I just have the basic foods just to get through the week. All right, well, here's what you do. I want to make it real simple for you. Whatever it is, your favorite foods. Look, if you go through peanut butter, if you've got kids at home and you crave peanut butter and you're making them sandwiches and, you know, apples and peanut butter banana sandwiches, peanut butter and honey sandwiches, you know, all kinds of peanut butter stuff, right? Recipes. Look, just get into the habit of always having a backup, a spare of everything you use, your veggies, everything that you are used to keeping, just double it. If you're always used to keeping a couple cans of beans, well, now you're going to have 4 cans of beans. And then rotate everything forward. And then as start using them, you have a pad of paper somewhere in your kitchen. You know, that top drawer where you keep everything, right? And you pull that out with a pen and train your family to do the same thing. Look, it works wonders if everybody works as a team. And it takes some time. And you have to follow up. Sometimes you look in the trash and then you see that empty jar of something laying in the trash and you go over to the list and you're like, oh, they didn't add it to the list. Who did this? You know, look, just make it fun, but get a backup to everything. And you don't have to do it overnight. If you live on a budget and maybe things are tight, go ahead and get your most popular, most used items and focus on those first. And then expand to the baking goods. Look, I brought some of this up here just to remind me, expand to your medicines. You know, you've got those, you know, that Dayquil, NyQuil, you know, you got like that much left in each one from the last time somebody in your house was sick. And that's all you have. So what's going to happen? As soon as somebody gets sick again, that ain't going to cut it. If you've only got that much left of each, you're going to have a dose of each, and somebody's got the flu or whatever, and they need some help. But if you have a backup put up to those, now you've thrown these away, you don't have to immediately go to the store right now. Who wants to run to the store when you're sick? You have backups to see. Do you kind of see where I'm headed with this? Cleaning supplies, laundry supplies, paper products, you know, toilet paper, just everything that you use in your household. You'll be amazed at the list that you'll create, and just start getting the backups to everything. Now, it'll cost you a little money for a little while, but now you have a backup to everything. So now instead of something going wrong, a grid down situation, a storm, a snowed in situation, or you go to the store and they're out of everything. So now you're not just be able to live for a week. Now you can live for a couple weeks. You have stuff, right? You have some supplies. Okay, that's just the beginning. So you say, well, Jerry, I don't have a lot of money. Okay, look, I understand. I've been there. There's times in life that things are tight. So one of the things I wanted to make sure, I always hid it from myself, but you can see it right here. Just look, these big bags of rice. Now look, they make them in huge bags, 20 pounds, 50 pounds. You could probably get a truckload of rice. But rice is super inexpensive. You get something, again, you get backup, and you date it, and you just be careful. Now, if you're getting a lot of rice, I recommend getting some food grade 5-gallon buckets with some oxygen absorbers and stuff. You could YouTube that too. A lot of people have videos on that, and you can watch and see how can I fill up a 5-gallon bucket if you're really going to seriously store up some long-term rice, right? So, but it's cheap. You can make rice. You have to have water. Make sure you got plenty of water stocked up too. But you have rice, and you could use it with some vegetables. You can have your canned vegetables, or if you have garden vegetables, or if you've done some canning, you might have some vegetables. Meats, same thing, canned. See what I'm saying? And rice goes good with everything, and it helps fill up your family, and it really stretches out your stock of stuff. So having a bunch of rice stocked up somewhere in your home can really stretch out your supplies without adding a lot of money. So guys, that's a great start for you. Now, as you start branching in, like I said, you created a secondary pantry in your home. Now look, don't stock up your secondary pantry with just random stuff. You're just walking down the grocery store. That's panic buying. You start grabbing stuff and throwing it in the cart, and then later on you realize none of us are going to eat this stuff. I've done it before in the past. I have. I'm going to be honest with you. You're going and you're just like, everybody's running around the store grabbing everything, and so you're feeling like, well, I kind of need to do the same thing. And I just start grabbing stuff and throwing it in, cans of this and cans of that. 3 or 4 years later, I'm looking, I'm like, why did I buy that? It doesn't make sense. So get your stuff now. Do it so you can relax. You can breathe, and when things and everyone's panicking, running around the stores, you're taking it all in stride because you've already got what you needed. Guys, I hope that helps. That doesn't cover everything there is to cover, but it's a good base, solid start to get you up and running, and maybe some reminders. Maybe you haven't gone through your preps in a while. Maybe you haven't reorganized or cleaned it out and made sure everything's sanitary, and you don't have stuff hiding in the corners or something crawled in the back and died, right? So just stay clean, stay organized, and by all means, please prep, because we know this world that we're in is very uncertain, and it's just a good insurance, a good peace of mind, and knowing that you could feed yourself and your family, your kids, everybody who would probably going to still be hungry in the event that there's a serious crisis or something. People are still going to eat. Still going to need water. So you guys take care. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.